Well, hello.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, Chris.
Welcome to Late to the Game.
Oh,
It's
thanks.
been a while since we've done one of these.
We're really late to this game.
It's fairly late. Yeah, this game came out probably like over a decade ago, and then a few more. I think it was 2008.
Yeah. We're late to the episode as well. We're late to the game.
How are we late to the episode?
Well, it's been a while since we've done one. You know?
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it's nice because we were able to take a little break. We did our Fallout video.
Yeah, go watch that if you haven't already.
Yeah, go watch our Fallout video. I think it turned out really, really well.
We had a lot of fun making it.
And I was thinking about, like, there's different ideas of other things we could do kind of in that vein, other games that we have a lot of, like, props for.
Oh, yeah.
That we could do stuff. If you had to pick, like, any other video game that we love enough to, you know, really put that amount of time and energy into, what do you think would make a fun video?
That poor girl's got a cold sore.
She does, yeah. I think she just brought it up.
Well,
yeah.
That sucks.
Well, you see, this is a game about... I guess we should talk about the game first, before we really start not talking about the game and ignoring
Well, I'll just give a quick answer to your question.
Yeah, please.
You know, it's in the same studio that made this one. We do Grand Theft Auto. I think it'd be really fun and easy to do.
I think that is one that I was also considering, just because, obviously, like, Grand Theft Auto is one of my favorite series. I think if we look right here on the shelf, I have the strategy guides for Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, and Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yep. Quite a pedigree.
And that's just because I enjoy reading them, like, in my spare time. And this is one of Rockstar's stranger-type games. Like, they've only, you know, after they got popular with Grand Theft Auto 3, they kind of found their niche in this open-world type experience.
Oh, absolutely.
And they've done a few things that have been kind of outside of that, but still using the same framework, like The Warriors, and then also Manhunt. And if you remember, the first game that was ever made with Rockstar's new game engine, that tennis one, Rockstar Tennis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that had nothing to do with these, like, open-world type games. But Bully kind of stands on its own in the fact that, one, it's not nearly... It's still, like... It's steeped in satire, and it's still very much, like, has vulgar moments and inappropriate things. There are some very dated, sexist things going on in it.
Sure.
And there are some jokes that don't work as well today as they did originally.
It's a product of its time.
It's not only a product of its time, but it's a product of its developers, because Rockstar is very much...
They're crude.
They're not only crude, but they're also very British.
Oh, sure.
Rockstar has, like, traditionally been a very British company, and that's why, like, when they do their American satire, it can be really, really good.
It's crass, but that's just their humor. They're on a whole different level of it than we are.
Yes, and they're looking at it from an outside perspective, which gives them a little bit more of, like, a way to inject nuance in it, while at the same time doing something as stupid as calling an internet cafe twat for the TW and the at symbol. But in this game, it's probably Rockstar's most British game ever made.
Okay.
Because you are a boy at a boarding school, and all of the characters, even though not a lot of them are voiced by, like, British actors, all of the dialogue and the humor is very, like, you can feel it kind of.
You can feel the Brit
coming
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also, like, it's not... People like to think that, like, oh, Bully, that's just Grand Theft Auto, but at a school. And that's not what it is. It's a story about, like, this kid who had a fucked up childhood, and his parents are shitty, and they send him off to this boarding school so they can go on so his mom and his new stepdad can go on a year-long honeymoon.
Oh, she just gave you a kiss as a reward. You sure that was the wisest?
Well, she said earlier that the cold sores aren't contagious once they start to scab over, so it's fine.
I don't know if I believe that.
Do you want to test it?
Do you have a cold sore?
I could, if it means you'll kiss me. So, one of the things that this game does really, really well is it's all based around, like, day-to-day time limits, almost like Majora's Mask.
Okay.
But not in, like, a repetitive thing.
Yeah.
But every day, like, as you can see in the top left corner, there's a clock. And you have classes that start at 9 and go until noon, and then you have other classes that start at 1 and go until 3.
Yeah, that's all well and good in my real life, but in video games, when I just want to dick off, I cannot adhere to a schedule. That just doesn't work for me.
Well, here's the thing, is you don't have to adhere to the schedule. You do if you want to do good in your classes, and doing good in your classes also helps you unlock extra things, like doing good in... Well, you'll see later on. We'll get into that. But you also have... Not only do you have the classes, but you have missions that are available at all times. And you have to decide whether you have enough time to go do this mission, or you should wait until after your class.
Okay.
And so it has that balancing act. I want to kind of get into the main story a little bit, because it is really important. Like, your parents shipped you off here because they're shitty.
Okay.
And even though the game is called Bully, and everybody kind of, like, Jimmy, the main character, has been expelled from all of his schools, he's still, like, probably one of the best people at this school, at Bullsworth Academy.
Okay, sure. Hard ass with a heart of gold.
Right. And he is basically trying to make life better for all of the other students, because there are such terrible kids that are real bullies that are... Like, one of the first characters you meet is called Gary, and he is almost like a legitimate psychopath. And you think he's your friend for pretty much the first chapter of the game, until he betrays you and tries to get this other big bully to beat the shit out of you under the school in, like, this little boxing ring thing. And after that, you kind of... You know, you take it upon yourself. Gary's trying to take over the school and destroy all the cliques and make everybody hate each other, and he's always telling lies to people about other people. And your job as Jimmy is to, like, fix that and to be the force for good in the school.
Fix Gary. It wouldn't be the first video game Gary I've had to fix.
What other Garys have you fixed in video games?
Gary Oak, that smug fuck. Even though he is... If you think about it from the anime standpoint, a much better trainer than Ash Ketchum. He really is. Ash Ketchum's just a shitty Pokemon trainer. We kind of went off on a wild tangent here.
I don't understand why you think Ash Ketchum is a shitty Pokemon trainer.
He's just not that. He does... Okay, so in the first couple seasons, he doesn't know shit about type advantages. It's like, okay, let's just say he goes to Brock's gym. I'm still going to fight it with my Pikachu because we're best friends. We're going to win through the power of friendship. You're trying to electrocute a rock, dude. You're trying to electrocute a fucking rock.
Right.
And that just always bothered me. However, it's like, oh, Ash is just, he's going to be the best. And this whole series focuses on him being the best Pokemon trainer. He doesn't do any research. He just kind of relies on dumb luck and, like, his friends knowing everything about Pokemon that he fucking lacks, which is no knowledge fucking whatsoever.
Who would you say would be a better main character than Ash?
A better main character than Ash? You know, if you could even just get rid of Ash altogether and just make it about Brock and Misty, and the anime would be 10 times better, I think.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. But you need that bumbling, kind of cute protagonist to keep other viewers involved. I get that. It's fine.
I don't care about Pokemon, like, at all.
I know.
And so I haven't seen any of these episodes. I do know that Ash is very popular.
He is.
But Ash is not Red.
Ash is not Red.
Those
Red
are two different characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, here's my question. What is the canon name of the main character of Pokemon Yellow?
Is it not Yellow? Or is it... You can choose between Ash, Yellow, Jack, and then you can enter your own name. Why Jack was a choice, I really don't know. I guess they just kind of went up...
I imagine that's a Fight Club reference.
They went up to... I think this was before Fight Club.
Nothing is before Fight Club.
The book and the movie. I think it predates both. I'm not sure, though. But they just went up to the developers at Game Freak and said, hey, what's the most American name you can think of? And then Jack just overwhelmingly won.
I feel like John would be more...
John would be up there. I imagine John was a contender. Tom, Frank, you know.
Alright, so what we're doing here is the English teacher was caught drinking by the math teacher. And the English teacher is an alcoholic, and he hid bottles all over the school.
Sure.
So we're going to get all of his bottles and take it to a different teacher so that he doesn't lose his job.
So just like, let me just run down this list of events here. You got caught in the girls' bathroom.
Yes.
Then you tried to hide from the teacher who was pursuing you in the trash can.
Yes.
And then you were caught.
Yes.
And you stomped on her foot.
Yes.
That is hilarious to me.
No, it's a fantastic game. All right, so we've collected the third bottle, which was hidden in the girls' bathroom.
It's just classic slapstick. Yeah, this game's got Benny Hill written all over it, and I see the British influence.
It's already there.
Yeah.
And what is also really enjoyable about this game is the way that you traverse stuff, because as you can see here, like, right now, so you see this thing in the top screen that says truancy. Yeah. That means that I'm late for class. The bell on the radar is the class. But because it's after 9:30, I'm late for class. So if there's a prefix wandering the dorm or the dorms and the halls and outside, and if you're caught outside of class, you'll get in trouble. Okay. And if you get in trouble more than a few times, then you have to go to detention. And usually that means you have to like mow somebody's lawn or do some like menial tasks.
Do you get in trouble for being late?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it depends.
Not as much?
If you make it to class before a certain amount of time, you do not get in trouble for being, like, tardy. But
okay, so you have a grace period.
If you completely miss, like, that time limit, then you do get in trouble for skipping class.
Okay. It looks like there's a teacher pursuing you now.
Yes, but I'm running straight towards my class.
You can tell because of his elbow patches. Teenagers don't typically have elbow patches.
Now, one of the things that I am doing, and you'll see a lot in this playthrough, is I'm saving constantly after every little thing.
Sure.
And that's because the first couple of times that I tried to record this, it would crash. Usually after about 10 to 15 minutes, and so I did the same, like, first 10 minutes over and over and over again. Oh. And finally I was just like, fuck it, I'm going to start saving every time now. Yeah. And once I did that, it never crashed again. So, whatever.
It's almost as if the game just fucking knows. It just fucking knows.
So here is one of the many, many games that you have that's a classroom. This is geography class.
Oh, cool. And I would be a whiz at this. I fucking love these.
Yeah, I do too. And so one of the fun things in this game is all of the different little mini games that you have when you go to class. Obviously, this is one. Another one that's not as fun is literally just solving math problems. Like you have to solve all these math problems with a time limit.
I hate math.
English class is a word jumble. It'll give you a jumble, and then you have to pick out the right words and how many words you can make out of the jumbled word, like a Boggle type thing.
Okay, yeah, I like that. That's cool.
And they're all different, and if you complete them properly, then you'll get upgrades for certain skills or new items or outfits. Like, there's all these different little things that you can get. I like how Russia has the nesting dolls up here.
Yeah, big hint. And also, now you've got the Eiffel Tower. That's a big one.
Yeah. Now, these are the ones that always confuse me. Sweden,
Denmark, and Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very close to each other, and the order's kind of... I think...
It's like,
yeah, Sweden's the one in the middle.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, very good. You did well.
And look how much time I have left, too. I was pretty proud of that one.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're late if you do that well. Fuck tardiness.
You can't say that word anymore. It's offensive.
Fuck?
So, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way.
Sure. Thanks, Beer Chair.
Activision Blizzard.
Oh, man. I mean, it doesn't... None of it's really a surprise. I'm not surprised by any of it. I'm surprised...
And isn't that just the worst thing, though?
I'm surprised it's actually come to light. I thought this would have taken much longer with it.
Well, when you say you thought it would have taken much longer... This is an investigation from the state of California that they've been working on for 2 years before they announced the lawsuit. So it was in the works for a while.
Litigation and shit takes time, though.
Yes,
so
it does.
I figured it would have taken 3 or 4 minimum, but 2, hey, they worked fast on this one.
And they're not the only ones. Like, the same organization that filed suit against Activision Blizzard is also one that filed suit against Riot Games for their sexual harassment stuff. And then, of course, there's all of the Ubisoft things, which have still kind of apparently been ignored from all given reports. And it's a very, very disappointing and disgusting time in the games industry.
It really is.
And Rockstar, this company, is not immune to that.
No, certainly not.
During the development of Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar came under fire for allegedly having employees work 100-hour work weeks. But one of the things that's been good is since then, They have came out multiple times and said they will not be doing that anymore, and not employees and outside people have said that they have stuck to that, and that is one of the reasons why we have seen so little like stuff from them lately, and why most reports about like GTA 6 not only say that it may be a smaller game than people are expecting, but also that it's not going to come out until 2024, 2025, is because they're dedicated to not like making employees crunch and rush anymore.
Yeah, I'd rather not burden somebody out.
Right.
You know, I've got a huge backlog of games that I can play until any of these hotly anticipated titles release eventually.
And I hope all of that is true. Right now, obviously, I can still play Rockstar Games titles and not feel terrible about doing so.
Yeah.
I can't say the same about Ubisoft titles. And I can't say the same about Activision Blizzard titles. Or Riot Games titles. Now, fortunately, most of my gaming tastes mean that I'll never touch a Riot Games title anyway.
True. I played Valorant for like 45 minutes, and that was enough. So...
Yeah, that's their cartoony CSGO type thing, right?
That's their Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Just play Counter-Strike. The community's better.
The fact that really people are still playing Counter-Strike is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Because Counter-Strike, that's one of those games that you have to, like, pack your desktop computer into your car and take it to somebody's warehouse. 10 folding tables put up, and everybody's got their gaming machines.
The technology has improved greatly since then.
Yeah, you could crates of balls, energy drink.
It's Monster now. It's Monster energy drink.
Okay, well, things change over time.
That's true.
I can't keep up with all the trends.
That's true.
I'm playing a PS2 game over here.
You can buy bowls at your local Kroger. At least at my local Kroger, you can buy Bowls energy drink.
I'm surprised they still sell that.
It's pretty good. There's a demand for it, you
know. So what have you been playing?
I just finished Halo 5. That makes 7 fucking Halo games.
Why didn't you finish with Halo 7?
In a row. Because 2 of those games are not numbered like a normal person would number things.
Right. So
it's a video game series, so of course there's going to be...
What number Halo game is Halo Infinite?
Halo Infinite... Okay, so it all depends on whether you're talking about mainline Halo games that are first-person shooters or whether or not you mean any game that has Halo in the fucking title.
I would say just mainline titles, not spin-offs like RTSs or MOBAs or anything like that.
Okay, Infinite would be the 8th.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep.
That's ridiculous for a game who really should only come out once per console generation.
Yeah.
You know? Like, every Halo game, there should only be one Halo game per Xbox.
Per Xbox.
That's the way Nintendo does it, and it works almost perfectly.
Well, Halo 2 was so good that people were just like, hey, when are we getting more Halo? This is like, when are we getting it? Just give it to us already. We want to know what happens. And then it's just like Halo 3 dropped, and Halo 3 was just not... It's probably the weakest of all the entries.
Really?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Story-wise and graphics-wise. Yeah, just the weakest one.
So here you see, I'm kind of like going around and showing more of the open world around here, because it's not just the University of Bulworth Academy that you have in Bully, it's also like the surrounding town and village.
Oh, wow.
And there's a lot of stuff to do. Not only are there like shops and side missions, but there's also like jobs where you can, be a paperboy, or you can be a lawnmower person. And
how late can you stay out?
You can stay out until 2 a.m. After 2 a.m., you pass out.
And you wake up in your bed the next day.
I'm actually not positive. It will tell us later, but I forget what it says. Because there's a point later where I do stay up way too late. And so this is kind of the birth of their random encounter things.
Love it.
You know how it was the first Red Dead Redemption that really popularized the walking around, and then all of a sudden there's like a little gray dot pops up on the radar, and it's like, oh, a stranger mission. This is new. And they built on that for GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. This is kind of where that came up first in Bully, and it's very much like somebody just walks up and asks you to do a few things. Like, that guy in school came up and said, hey, can you stuff 2 kids into lockers? And this guy said, hey, can you make these food deliveries? And now I'm dressed up like a fry man.
Yeah, you're Frylock from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I like it.
You can't skate upstairs.
Tony Hawk should have learned you that long time ago.
So you have to press the button right before you hit the stairs.
Yeah.
Keep that thing moving. But I love games with a lot of side activities, but I also don't want those side activities to be, like, hours long.
Right. Yeah. Just do it and go.
That was one of the things that San Andreas kind of fell into the problem of, is San Andreas had a ton of really interesting side missions, but they also, like, they could take you an hour to finish. You had a trucking side mission that's pretty enjoyable. Like, the act of, like, trying to get a semi-truck to a place fast without, like, jackknifing or accidentally detaching the cargo is really fun. But it's not that fun when you have to drive from one side of San Andreas' map to the other, which takes literally, like, 20 fucking minutes. Like, that is unpleasantly long.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And one of the ways they do really good here to kind of fix the lengthiness of it is, even though it is not that big of a map, you see these Bs here. These are all bus stops, and you can just literally go up there and press a button, and it'll take you right back to the front of the school. So you don't have to, like, waste a lot of time getting from place to place.
You don't have to get a bus pass?
No, you don't have to get a bus pass.
Wow!
Oh, there's a gnome there. Damn it. Should be smashing garden gnomes.
Gnomes are collectibles, I guess.
Gnomes are smashables.
Smashables?
Yeah. Collectibles in this are rubber bands, as you saw earlier, and what they call G&G cards. G&G is their joke for D&D.
Ah, okay, I got it.
It's grottos and gremlins.
Okay. I would have gone with goblins. Goblins are more ubiquitous, I would think.
It might be goblins. I honestly don't remember.
Oh, okay.
It's something that starts with G.
Yeah, sure.
I do think it's gremlins, though.
Okay. Grottos and gremlins.
Soccer ball.
You got your alliteration. You get your bases covered. So you're going to bed with the fry suit?
No, I'm gonna take the fry suit off. That's why we had to come back to the dorm, because I look like a ridiculous person.
Can you continue?
Put my pajamas on.
Continue to play as the fryman?
Yeah, like from now on, I can put that outfit on whenever I want.
You can just be the fryman whenever you go to class.
Now, well, here's the thing. I could, but if one of the prefects sees me, they could try to bust me for not adhering to the dress code, because dress code is a thing for the school, too. So you get all of these outfits, but if you want to wear some of the outfits during school hours, you have to be really careful and, like, sneak around them.
Oh, okay. You're the stealth fryman.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's actually a good bit of stealth elements to this game, kind of probably bouncing off of what they did in San Andreas and Manhunt, but there's a lot of, like, sneaking through areas that you're not supposed to be in. I think that more people should play Bully, because Bully is really a good blueprint of, like, the types of stories that Rockstar can tell when they're not just confined to doing things about crime.
Yeah.
And kind of like, almost like L.A. Noire in a sense.
Okay.
Because even though L.A. Noire is obviously very crime-focused, it's still, like, it has a very good storytelling core element to it. And so does Red Dead Redemption 2. But both of those games, like, rely too much on killing and on violence. Mm-hmm. And Bully, even though it has some violence, it's all, like, it's cartoony violence and it's childlike violence. You're throwing stink bombs and itch powder at people. You're not shooting people with a shotgun, you know? Mm-hmm. Two very different things. Like, one of the ways you get away from bullies is to give them an Indian burn.
And those hurt.
Well, they sure as shit do.
Oh, they sure as shit hurt. Tell you that.
People used to give you Indian burns a lot when you were younger.
I've had a few.
Is the term Indian burn racist?
You know, should we say Native American burn?
It feels worse.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Because there should be an alternate term for it, because they don't say Indian style for the little kids anymore. You know, you don't say Indian style. You say crisscross applesauce.
What?
Sit with your legs crisscross applesauce instead of Indian style.
I've never said Indian style or crisscross applesauce. I've said cross-legged.
Cross-legged, yeah.
Cross-legged is the way that we sit.
Yeah.
It's the way that I'm sitting right now.
Yeah, you're sitting cross-legged.
It's comfortable for me.
Yeah, sure. Oh, taking a picture of a dog.
I took a picture of the doggy.
Which seemed very hard to do, because you wouldn't sit the fuck still.
I'm not sure. It said once I got the camera, it was like, oh, you've unlocked photography class. I've yet to actually take a photography class, so I don't know what to do with the camera right now.
Okay, sure.
It's been since this game came out, pretty much, that I've played it.
And when did this come out?
Again, like 2008 or some shit.
Jeez.
I don't know. I should really check.
Wow.
This seems like the type of information that I should prepare for before we do one of these things.
I remember wanting to play this, and then I just never got around to it.
Well, why not? What was stopping you?
I just never.
What was holding you back?
I just never got around to it. It's just one of those things. It's like I was never.
2006.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they're fucking your world up.
Yeah, fucking jocks. It's okay. I threw a stink bomb at them.
Yeah, they look fairly stinky. Okay, there you go. There you go. Oh shit.
Yeah, and so that's one of the.
That was like, what, 10 or 20 minutes of conversations just lost in the ether that nobody's gonna fucking hear.
Look, we had technical difficulties. We're starting from where we think we
were. It's difficult.
We're just, this is 25:56, I'm saying for me later, and play. Damn. Oh, I got punched in the face by a prefect.
And he got stomped on the toe.
I do really like how you can... Alright, so the way that kind of works is...
It fucking hurts.
If you get caught by the same person or two different people in the same area within like a really close amount of time, the second time you can't break free.
Oh, okay.
But if like I go through a door or like it takes a minute for this little bar right here to go back down and then another person grabs me, I'll be able to break free again.
Okay.
So you have to like kind of... Once you break free the first time, you have to be out.
Break your ankles.
You have to be really careful to not get caught again. Otherwise, you will be taken to the principal's office. And that's no good. Like I said earlier, I don't know if that was when we were recording or not, but you'll go to detention if that happens too many times. And you'll have to, like, mow somebody's grass or something to make up for it.
Like a teacher's grass?
It's part of the school's grass. I think it's more like, you remember how there's the STAR program and you have to do like tasks around the school? Right. I guess we should explain that. The STAR program is where they
sent them badass kids.
Not badass, just bad. Where they sent the bad kids. Not the badass ones.
No, that's what I meant. It was like them badass kids, not the badass. It's different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you're saying it's where they sent people who had really unattractive behinds.
No.
The bad-ass
No, those are
kids.
the ugly-ass kids. There's two different programs.
See, when somebody says ugly-ass, for whatever reason, I feel like that means their face and not their ass.
Yeah, and then you definitely don't want to be sent to the butt fugly program.
Just gonna let you have that.
Thank you. I'll put it on my mantle.
I like the idea that you can pick most locks in the game in different lockers because it does give you a really fun way. Like while you're picking locks, your little break and enter thing. That's what's called your like crime meter or something. Whenever you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, that meter goes up.
Crime-o-meter. Gotcha.
And if somebody like spots you while you're doing that, you'll get in trouble. So it's all about, again, like we talked about earlier, it's about making sure that you're not spotted, and it's a very like sneaky manhunt Sam Fisher style way of getting around. This game is all
about balance.
Yeah,
it's good at helping align one's chi.
No, that's Grand Theft Auto 5 again. That's the yoga mini game.
Did somebody say yoga?
I think yoga is the worst mini game that Rockstar has ever implemented.
Oh, interesting.
Into any of their games.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's incredibly dull and boring.
It kind of is, yeah.
And it's not even really like super reminiscent of actual yoga.
No.
Like the little stick movements and stuff. Like there are lots of times when you can do quick time events that kind of make you feel like you're doing what is happening on the screen.
Sure.
Even in Grand Theft Auto 5, like Trevor's the torture scene. I feel like,
ooh, yeah, that was really visceral. How you would almost regret picking things up and actually feel it as you smashed it across someone's knee, or or did any of the sort of things.
That, and also Heavy Rain.
Yeah, when you cut off your finger.
Yeah,
there, spoiler
when you well, I don't think anybody cares.
It's been out almost as long as this game.
Also, I'm fairly talking about, I don't know. I forget like what stuff we talked about that was cut and what wasn't cut, but
cat fisting,
not the cat fisting stuff. We can.
That's where we were when we discovered that we had run out of space.
Just to clarify, we're talking about noodling, as in like when you stick your arm in the river and catch a catfish.
Catch a catfish with your bare fist.
Not cat fisting, which
it's
sounds...
It's the same thing.
It's not,
the same
though,
fucking thing.
Because for people who don't know what that means, who don't know what fishing terms are, cat fisting sounds like an entirely different action.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. That's the joke. It's a double entendre.
There's nothing double about it. If you could get more than one cat on there, that would be just torture.
On one fist? Wow, that is also impressive.
You were talking about how you like watching AI fight each other?
Yeah.
That's what's going on over here. It's just a little brawl going out in the...
I see this one guy out here trying his best.
He's just like standing back. He's like,
the timid...
I'll help.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I don't know how much help I'm going to be, but I'm going to give it a shot.
If it comes down to it, I'll do something. I like wearing the Albert Einstein mask during the chemistry class.
That's amazing. I would do that too. If I owned that in high school, I would totally do that. But yeah, it's just a rhythm minigame.
So how does this relate to your own high school experience? Does this bring back memories of cavorting the campus grounds on your skateboard?
No. A, I didn't have a skateboard in high school. B, there's really not a lot of places to skate in our old high school.
Well, that's true. There was a lot of dirt.
I don't remember pouring vials of shit into other vials of shit in any of my chemistry courses. It was all a lot of math. That's all it was. Just math and equations and diagramming molecules and atoms and shit. And when it came to for frog dissection time, we had a frog.
One frog?
One frog.
That everyone got to dissect?
Yep.
Does that mean that everybody took turns with the scalpel?
We all gathered around and watched the teacher take apart the frog.
It's interesting that you bring it up. There is a frog dissection minigame in this class as well. It's in biology, which is a different class than chemistry.
Yeah.
But it is very much almost like a surgeon simulator-y type thing.
Sure, yeah.
Or do you remember that Windows 3.1 Microsoft DOS game where you went into a hospital and you could there was a thing that showed you x-rays of people. There was a thing where you could go inside the bloodstream and eliminate red and white blood cells.
Why would you eliminate white blood cells?
Because of the game. I don't remember.
Did you play it as a disease?
I don't recall.
Because that'd be cool.
I feel like it wasn't the red blood. You were eliminating like the whatever virus.
Oh, you were a white blood cell eliminating.
You were a doctor.
Things. Oh, okay.
It was a DOS game. Things were complicated.
Sure. Okay.
I like that movie right there, Creepy Watcher.
I like it. Like Rear Window.
Yeah, exactly.
Type
sequel, the movie, and the Janitor Massacre.
The Janitor Massacre might actually exist. Like it's just one of those things where disgruntled groundskeeper goes off and kills the students of a local boarding school. Yeah, I could totally see that existing.
So this is one of those instances that I was kind of talking about earlier where Bully is, it's showing itself in terms of not quite being up to date in how we depict, like women or...
well, I mean, to that point, it was a real boys club mentality, and that never really went away, even though the culture around it kind of evolved.
What do you mean that was a really boys club mentality?
Yeah, a lot of game development companies,
yes.
And they have that whole frat boy, boys club.
You know what?
That
was something that was mentioned in the Activision Blizzard lawsuit. That was the phrase they used. They in the lawsuit itself, it said the phrase "frat boy culture."
Yeah,
and I think that using that phrase is ridiculous because these are grown ass adults.
It is. Yeah, they are.
And the fact that is kind of used as almost like that phrase itself almost feels like a shitty justification because it feels like it's one step away from boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
And fucking no.
Yeah, like they're Brock Turnering it all over.
They're Brock Turnering it.
Yeah, we call that a Brock Turner phrase.
That's unnecessarily funny.
You could put that in an article if you want.
I don't want to.
You don't have to credit me.
I won't. I won't credit anybody because I'm not doing it. That sounds like
you can also feel free to use Brock Turner and Hooch, and also Brock Tina Turner. Although I wouldn't use that last one for anything.
I feel like you're taking away from the severity of what happened by doing all of that.
Yeah, that's also true.
You know, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna climb on this really tall horse and say all of those things.
Yeah, take that high horse and get on your fucking already high soapbox.
He has a card for medical marijuana.
Who, Hooch?
No, because he's a high horse. You see,
okay.
He's a high horse.
A high horse.
Yeah, because he's been smoking the doobies,
brother,
chewing the reefer plant. That's what they call it when you're a horse.
When you're a horse, yeah. They eat it, yeah. Okay. Horses can't really...
What kind of a name is reefer for a drug?
I don't think horses can smoke. Like their physiology wouldn't allow for it. Their lips.
You don't think a horse could inhale through its mouth?
I think a horse could, but you'd have to like rig up a special apparatus.
Horses have lips.
I know.
And they could close them around the thing and then inhale.
Yeah, but they're going to grasp the... I mean, horses are pretty smart animals. They could probably grasp the concept of it pretty easily.
It's just like Mr. Ed. You just put peanut butter around the end of the joint.
Okay, yeah. All right.
And then they'll just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And now we're playing Boggle with Peggy Hill.
Yes. All right. So I would like for you to don't go ahead and start guessing, but just wait a few minutes and then see if you can...
See if there's ones that I missed. I mean, that you missed that I might...
See, the fact that it doesn't give me shit is ridiculous.
It doesn't give... Yeah, it gives you shit, but it doesn't give you shit.
Yeah.
It gives you guff.
And I'm interested, because this is only... I think this is English Class 2. Yeah. I'm interested to see, once it gets to, like, 4 and 5, how complex it gets, or how many, like, words it gives me. Because even this... is a very big step up from the amount of available words that were possible in the second class, or in the first class.
Mm.
So...
Okay.
Oh, see, is this where we started to get onto the cat fisting?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fist. Yeah. Okay, so now...
So have you ever fisted a cat?
I've never fisted cat. No, never done it.
Yeah, me neither.
Or anyone else with a different
fish
name, Catherine, Katie.
Figs.
Figs, yeah. Figs. I like that just as a alternative to fuck.
Are you now that your daughter is getting older, are y'all like trying to be careful about cursing in front of the baby?
Trying really hard, and it's really kind of an uphill battle because my mom still curses like a sailor.
Right. As she always has.
She always has. That's where I fucking got it from.
Right.
Thank you very much. But yeah, we're trying real hard. I'm reading Pray to Her right now, which has a few...
Michael Crichton's Pray?
Michael Crichton's Pray, which has a few curse words sprinkled in it.
Yeah.
I'm having to think of alternatives on the fly.
Like what alternatives have you chosen?
Dang and frick and...
Okay.
You know...
Well, you could probably just say them.
Classic ones. Yeah.
She's not going to know
She's almost 10 months old. She's not going to retain any of this.
Yeah.
But, you know, I like the feeling of saying, I read full novels to my infant daughter. It's an air of pretentiousness that I didn't have before. And I'll take as many of those as I could fucking get.
Right. Well, you could just add those. You don't actually have to follow through with them. That's the beauty about pretentiousness. is you could just say stuff like, "I donate to 10 charities a year."
There's an
and nobody has to know that that's
nobody
not
has
true.
to research it, but you have to have it.
There is a
it gives you an extra air of pompousness when you can actually be serious and back it up.
Yeah.
You know, it shines through, I think.
Well, you want to be so pompous that you could prove it on a lie detector test.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pompous for a reason. There you go.
What's the reason?
There you go. I don't know. Just to do it.
Just want to do it.
Just it's like, hey, guess what? I'm smarter than you, guy, given this fucking polygraph test.
So because I did well in English class, that means I learned how to give better taunts.
Oh, nice.
And so now that if, like, bullies start to harass me, I can taunt them. And
I bite my thumb at you, vile cur. And the bully's standing there like, what? And he just kind of lets you go.
I would like to think that Jimmy would say something other than that.
Yeah.
I'm not positive, but I would like to think that.
Sure.
Another fun thing you can do here is slide down rails.
Okay, I like that.
It's just a little thing. Like, it doesn't really matter.
It's one of those things that kids do.
Yeah.
You know, they just kind of like where you're in Home Depot and you see a bag of potting soil and you just gotta slap it. You just gotta just to hear the sound.
Do you?
Like, you see a banister, you slide down it. You see a bag of potting soil, you slap it. You know, you see like one of those fences with the bunch of metal posts.
Okay.
And you kind of have to put your fingers in it and just let your fingers do that as you walk on past. You know, or if you have a stick, same idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me more examples.
You know, where you kind of just it's kind of like borderline OCD, like compulsion, where it's like I have to do this if I see it. You know, like I tap my fingers on every surface that's pretty much around me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one of those behaviors. You know, little quirky things. You know, kids are prone to them. People with ADD do them. You know, just stuff like that. Little idiosyncrasies.
Give me another example.
Do I have to?
You know what always comes to mind whenever anybody mentions is Mitchell and tape.
Tape. Oh yeah,
when he rolls tape into a little thing and then just like.
Yeah. Okay.
And you don't notice it at first, and then all of a sudden you just hear that noise, and it's just like, Mitchell, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Where did?
Oh, that's another one with pens. The little clicky pens. I gotta do clickies.
You got to do the clickies.
I like making noise.
Yeah.
Like I can enjoy
because you were abandoned as a child.
Yeah, I can enjoy silence. Sure. Yes, because I was abandoned as a child.
Yeah.
I was raised by the forest.
Well, yeah, and that's why you need that noise around you, is because you feel like when there's quiet, then that means no one's paying attention to you, and that means that you're ugly and unloved.
Sure.
So clearly, like, there needs to be some sort of, like, all eyes need to be on you at all times.
All the time.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
That's why you're always the star of all of the movies, is because, like,
I wasn't the star of the silent film. The first Je ne pas dit, that was Tony. Tony was the star.
I think if we count up the scenes, y'all were in an equal number of scenes.
Listen, I can't help it that I'm the most photogenic and, like, the best at reading lines and things. That's not true at all. We improvise 99% of our shit.
What are lines?
Yeah, what is that? I don't know what a script is.
Those are those things that I wrote and then forgot and then left at home. All right, so this time...
Eunice is built like a fucking truck. Jesus Christ, she could play linebacker for the Bears.
So it said that we have to find... So what I'm doing is I'm leading people away from that movie line so that the preppy girl can get her seats.
Okay.
But, so I took that guy's bike and I did it successfully this time.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, it says lead Eunice to a quiet location.
Uh-huh.
And because I'm stupid, I wasn't following, like, the X on the radar.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, oh, well, I'll just find the spot.
Oh, a dumpster. This is perfect.
Well, I thought it would, I thought it would be good for, I mean, look at us.
A rendezvous.
Like, I've got this Albert Einstein mask on.
There's nothing more romantic than getting felt up by a dumpster by Albert fucking Einstein.
Felt up by a dumpster, is what you said.
By a dumpster by Albert Einstein.
Oh, you mean like
next to a dumpster,
alongside
a dumpster.
This is why English is hard.
English sucks.
Yeah. Did you see that thing on Facebook where it was Sean yawns and then they said it like 4 different with the
scene,
U and then Sean
old
Yeans.
scene bean.
It's a joke that doesn't really work in an audio format.
Doesn't.
No.
Mm-mm. See,
anyway, this is where we're gonna make out.
You're gonna make out with Eunice? Wow, you dog. Eunice hopped on you like a fucking pogo stick. Wow.
Well, this is actually the second time we've made out with Eunice in the game, I think.
I must have missed that first time.
Well, yeah, it was before we started recording.
Oh, okay.
I gave her a box of chocolates, and she...
Oh, okay. Good job.
Hey, we did it.
Good job, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look really smart.
And now there's going to be some weird, like, sexual innuendo between these
innuendo
children.
Oh, sure. Like a Stephen King novel.
Yeah. Like It.
Like It.
The end of the middle of It.
Yeah.
Or also the end of It.
Yeah,
because the way they go back and forth with time.
Yeah.
Underage gangbang.
Yep, that's it. I was wondering which one was going to say it.
Stephen King's fucking weird, man.
It's fucking weird. Yeah.
He's a weird dude. Because there's always like, it's like, oh, well, that needed to happen because of the story. It's like, yeah, but who made...
I mean, I get it,
but you made the story.
Who thought that through?
You did the story. that made that need to be the solution. You can just not do that. You have that power. But the cocaine wouldn't let him do it at the time.
So many times, the cocaine just won't let you.
So the cool thing about this that kind of sets it apart from Grand Theft Auto a bit is that there are no drivable cars. Like, there are cars that kind of, you've seen, like police cars and stuff, and taxis, buses, but...
It's because you're underage, you don't have a license.
Exactly. You can only ride bicycles, or, technically Jimmy is like 15, I think, so he could get a learner's permit in the UK.
Yeah.
But you can only do bicycles and skateboards, and I think that adds a lot to, like, the tangible aspect of the game. It keeps you more, like, grounded as a kid. I don't know. I like... an open world like this where you don't get something that makes you speed through it so fast you ignore everything that's in it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
A lot of the problems of most open world games nowadays is that they are so big and they're entirely devoid of anything interesting to do in them.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas games like this that have much smaller open worlds, like every corner of the game has something to do. There's a reason for it existing. It's not just like, oh, well, we need to put, like Cyberpunk, like we need to put, 3 kilometers of desert here because somebody's going to be driving their car at 900 miles an hour and it's going to go by in 3 seconds, But if you don't have a car, then it's just 30 miles of desert, like...
And who wants to do that? Is this a small person?
This is
a dwarf with a baseball bat, and
she is destroying garden gnomes because she finds them offensive.
Okay.
And so she will ask us to destroy other garden gnomes around town.
Yeah.
But you see how Jimmy is, though. Like, Jimmy doesn't make fun... The game kind of does make fun of her a little bit, but Jimmy doesn't. Like, he's just like, that's fucked up. I'm sorry you feel that way. How can I help?
I'm going to smash some gnomes for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just because it's the polite thing to do.
But also because I love smashing.
I love smashing stuff.
I love smashing.
It's fun.
And so here is where I've never been to this carnival part of the game before, so I kind of get sidetracked doing carnival games.
Fair enough. I mean...
no, carnival enough.
Dicking off is fun.
Yeah. I hate this minigame.
Sure.
I'm terrible at it. And I never want to play it again.
Okay. And you did.
Well, I did, yes. I've played it numerous times, and that is why...
You have $208.
I do, yes.
That is a lot of money for a 15-year-old at a fair.
I have spent very little money, and I have picklocked a lot.
Sure.
So, because of that, I have a lot of, like... Most of the time in a game like this, the things that I would spend money on are, like, accessories like clothes and stuff to like dress Jimmy up the way that I want to. And because of the fact that I keep breaking into lockers and finding new pieces of clothing, I haven't felt entirely compelled to shop at many stores. And so I've just kind of been accumulating money.
Okay, it's very thrifty, very smart. But what's the difference between a carnival and a fair?
Clowns.
Really?
The amount of clowns. And also carnivals usually have the big top. Fairs don't.
Circuses have the big top.
Well, yeah.
But what's the difference between a circus and a carnival?
Elephants.
Really?
Yeah. A carnival will not have elephants, but a circus will.
But a circus will have a carnival, will have clowns and
a tent.
And a tent.
Yes.
And elephants.
Yes.
Okay, circus has all three.
Yes.
Carnival doesn't have elephants.
Right, but it does have rides.
And a fair...
And a circus does not have to have rides.
Okay, yeah, circus doesn't have rides.
So here's the thing. A fair and a carnival both
have rides.
Both need rides.
Got it.
Circus does not.
Okay.
Circus is just animals and a tent.
Animals and clowns in a tent.
Yeah.
And maybe some sideshows.
Yeah, mostly some sideshows. Sideshows, because of their very nature, I think are applicable in all three categories.
Fair enough.
Because they're on the side.
Yeah.
You know, they just travel where whoever's going
wherever the money is.
Yeah.
It's like gypsies.
That is offensive.
Oh, you can't say gypsies anymore.
No.
Even though they are a traveling band of people.
The Romani people are, yes.
Okay. Sure.
Yes.
So they're like Romanis.
Yeah, but you don't... It's just better to not mention it.
Nomads. Can I say nomads?
You can if we're still talking about cyberpunk. Because that's one of the starting areas.
But we're not. We're talking about circus folk. Can I say circus folk?
I feel like
carnival folk.
I feel like you shouldn't.
Fair folk? I know I can't say carnies.
You can say carnies.
What? Get the fuck out of here. What arbitrary bullshit guide are we reading from? Please tell me in the latest edition. Thank you.
The big guide of arbitrarily offensive bullshit.com.
Okay, that's
it's a long name, but you get amazing results.
What is it? Was that one of Julian Assange's fucking pet projects?
So here's the shooting range, and this is probably my favorite out of all of the little mini games.
Okay.
And I love the little shitty BB gun that you get.
Yeah. I love how she just ran out of the way.
Yeah, well, she's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck, I gotta go.
This kind of reminds me of, like, what you would see in a Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah, this is very Legend of Zelda.
Like the bizarre shooting gallery in Kakariko Village.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't shoot the lady.
No, of course not. That's an immediate disqualification.
Well, no, it's just -5 points.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that.
Oh, you mean the lady cardboard cutout?
I thought you meant like
the lady running
the lady hiding in the corner over there.
No, don't shoot her.
No, I don't think you can reach her. She's put herself in a very smart position.
Yeah. Shit, if I were in that job, I'd have a fucking cage.
I'm pretty sure a BB could get through a cage.
Well, a tightly woven cage.
A tightly woven cage.
Plexiglass.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So anything that like you can see through, a BB could probably get through.
Yeah.
But then again, also, it's just a BB. You don't have to be such a little bitch about it.
Yeah. But these are mean little kids with like a bunch of BBs. One BB is fine. One BB, one ant bite, one bee sting, fine. 100 of them, I would rather not.
Would you rather be shot by a BB gun or a paintball gun?
Paintball gun.
Would you rather be shot by a BB gun or a paintball gun where the guy who owns the paintball gun likes to freeze his paintballs before he goes to a match?
BB gun. Who the fuck does that?
People that I knew back when I was into paintball.
Oh, fuck. Fucking psychopath.
Yeah. Oh, man. You talk about a welt.
Mm-hmm.
The kids I shot had the biggest welts.
Oh, shit. Sure.
I miss playing paintball.
Yeah,
I do.
Paintball
It was
a
fun.
lot of fun.
That and laser tag. That's another one I haven't done in a while. But paintball is more fun because you get the visceral reaction of both like being hit and hitting somebody else. Like you need to cause a little bit of pain for something like that to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Or even just like a tactile response. Like if you were doing laser tag.
That's the beauty of the paint. You get the splatter.
Yes, the splatter is very good. But if you're doing it like with laser tag, I would want one of those vests that's like the high-end VR shit that nobody can afford.
It does like the fucking...
Where it's just like...
explodey sound.
Yeah. But it also like gives you like a mild electric shock or something, you know?
Yeah.
It's like having electrodes glued to your nipples.
Electrified nipple laser tag.
Where are you going?
I gotta pee.
No. This is where...
I'm not pissing right here. That won't be long.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Fine.
Alright, fine.
Let's go then.
Do it.
Go.
Alright, do good.
Get out of here.
Stuff. Fine.
Nobody wants you. It's incredibly rude to leave during a record. Especially a record that we've already messed up once because the card was full. And so now that you're gone, there's just no one for me to talk to. And we're just doing the same shooting gallery thing for the third time because I kind of got into it. But that's okay. And it'll be over soon. So, anyway, how are you guys doing? Y'all having fun? Everybody enjoying your Sunday? Hopefully not playing any Activision Blizzard games or Riot games or Ubisoft games or any of the other fucking dozens of companies that have been like outed for being disgusting perverts. It's hard because I do like Rockstar, and I know that Rockstar treated their workers very poorly during Red Dead Redemption 2, but they said they're trying to do better about their time, so I'm going to take them at that for now. Oh good, you're back.
I told you I wasn't going to take very long.
Yeah, you know what? You took long enough.
I'm sure.
Long enough, and now we have to ride this roller coaster.
Oh, gosh damn.
This is one of those things that Rockstar just kind of lets players do and doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, you could do this in GTA 5. There's that whole fair carnival-ish area at the pier.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
And you can get on the roller coaster, and you can ride the Ferris wheel, and you can do all this stuff, and it never fucking matters. Like,
nope.
it doesn't do anything. It's just a little extra animation for you.
They should just put one split second where you can have a button prompt that'll just launch your character from the car, so you can be the kid who fell off the roller coaster.
I think that maybe there should be like a randomization thing where if you do it too many times, that does happen.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
where it just
okay.
collapses.
Yeah.
But the thing is this all reeks of there's a quest here you're not ready for yet. You know, that's what it feels like. And here's where, like, I'm buying posters with my tickets that I won for doing the shooting gallery and doing the strongman competition and all of the other things.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Little devil cap. I think the devil cap would be a neat little accessory. I would have gone for that one.
Well, it's a good thing you're not playing them.
I guess not.
What?
What? You're still Albert Einstein.
So, the other thing that you wanted to discuss, do you want to bring it up?
No, because I can't remember what it was.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah. How long ago was this?
Oh, years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We're going to be shit out of luck. I just randomly bring up this topic just years ago.
Yeah.
And we never
we never talked about it, and I thought now might be a good time for you to finish. You know? I don't think that's too much to ask.
Let me go back to that discussion we were having
for you to remember.
Years ago.
Yeah. No, I remember. I remember very clearly. It was 2015.
Okay.
And you said something
about,
and I said, "Wait a minute, I'm busy. I can't talk about this right now." And now it's 6 years later.
Oh, we should start a Let's Play series.
Yes. I have this oh look, the posters I bought are now up on the wall in his
oh wow,
bedroom.
that was fast.
Yeah, see, it's there.
Really, really good delivery.
And there's the other one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have like this fascination. Like, it does not matter at all to the game, but I do like where it's like, okay, it's time to go to bed. I'll put Jimmy's pajamas on before I'll press the get into bed button, And then when it's time to go to school, like, I'll take off the pajamas and put on the school uniform.
Sure.
Like, I could just...
Can you go to class in your pajamas?
Yeah, you can go to class in whatever.
Wow.
And you can go to bed in whatever.
Yeah.
Like, none of this matters.
Okay.
Except for, like I said earlier, where...
They'll get you on dress code.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're seen not wearing your dress code by, like, these red dots on the radar, then they will try to catch you and, get you in trouble for that. And they're very particular. Like, even if I was wearing a different pair of brown pants that aren't school pants, they would still get me on it. Or, like, if I was wearing a really... there's a different shirt that looks a lot like that shirt, but it's not a school brand shirt, and they'd get me on that, too. You see this guy right here? He's fucking spray painting.
He's fucking...
And I was just like, well, that's fucked up. I'm going to get that guy. And then the school teacher is just like, nope.
I like how there were barely any words in that, but we understood it.
Yeah.
There were some words in it.
There were plenty of words.
There's enough words to understand.
Look, it's been a really long week.
Man, it sure has.
Between, like, all of the Activision Blizzard stuff, and then just everything else that happens in a normal week in the game industry, like, my brain is completely fried.
Sure.
And I'm so, like, disgusted with everyone and everything that anything that just gives me peace and happiness is what I'm latching onto. And that's kind of why, like, I don't know, I started playing this and I was just like, oh yeah, good. Remember a decade, 2 decades ago when this shit wasn't that bad? And I'm sure it was.
We just didn't know about it.
And we just didn't know about it.
And
but that's fine. Like, it's not fine. It's... Everybody deserves to have their own, like, comfort food, comfort game, comfort whatever, and you shouldn't get... Even for those people who are, like, still playing stuff like Call of Duty or World of Warcraft, like, that is what they use to relax, and you shouldn't get mad at them for doing that thing.
Oh, yeah, of course not.
I wouldn't really stream it right now, like Warzone or Call of Duty.
I wouldn't give it any attention.
Yeah, and, but at the same time, like... You can't get mad at those people because they're doing what they love and they're trying to find some way to decompress. And that's all that anybody is doing. And that's all that I'm doing by playing, stupid shit like this. So, anyway, now you unlock the ability to kiss girls if you give them presents.
Oh, man.
How the world works back in the 90s. Eunice is going to be jealous.
Oh, no. Oh, and I would hate to piss Eunice off. Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine Eunice, like, trying to fight that girl? She would just tackle her like a fucking...
Imagine Eunice trying to fight you. Oof. Probably imagine it's a lot of guys' problems. They try to take lessons too seriously from games like this. Oh, I give a girl a present. She's going to give me a kiss.
I think, yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's hard to, like, try and find why people feel like they deserve things when they don't.
Honestly.
Because that's just such a strange mindset to get into.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I always, like, try to flip it around.
Yeah.
Like, what thing could somebody give you for you to immediately go from, like... not knowing them or being, like, either disgusted or ambivalent at worst to, like, all of a sudden, oh my god, I love you. Like, is there any one thing anyone could ever give you that would actually change that around?
I often wondered that about, like, saving someone's life. Because you see that story so many times repeated in media. It's like, oh, you saved my life. We're gonna be soulmates.
Okay.
Does it take something that extreme? Does it always end that way?
Or does that even...
Or is it like, you gave me CPR, I guess I'll see you later.
It seems like if it was somebody that you already had a history with, that would probably add something important on top of that.
Oh, sure.
But I could not imagine that there's anything about, like... some stranger saving your life. Like, if you were parachuting and your parachute got pushed into a suspension bridge and you were stuck there dangling and then somebody saved you from that, you wouldn't immediately be in love with Brendan Fraser.
No more than I already am.
I just realized halfway through saying that I was just saying that scene in George of the Jungle where the guy is stuck on the suspension bridge and George swings down and saves him. And you know what? If that guy was in love with Brendan Fraser after that, that's understandable.
That's understandable.
You know, like that's a different situation.
Me, I've seen Bedazzled enough times and Monkey Bone enough times.
Monkey Bone.
Yeah, Monkey. I'm reaching back in the vault for that one. Monkey Bone is a sleeper, man. Monkey Bone's really good. I've
never seen that.
It's a good one. I enjoy it.
What's it about?
I really enjoy it. It's
hopefully nothing like the title.
This cartoonist, he falls into a coma.
Is the cartoonist Brendan Fraser?
The cartoonist is Brendan Fraser.
Okay.
He falls into a coma, and he goes to this world that he created for himself to get away from his nightmares.
Right.
Like he drew with one hand.
Oh, he's an Abed.
Yeah, kind of. He drew with one hand, and then to get rid of his nightmares, he drew with the other hand. That comes up later in the story. But anyway, his creation, Monkey Bone, which is this little monkey, takes over his body when he wakes up from the coma instead of him.
Okay.
So it's Monkey Bone in the real world, and he's still in his little coma.
Oh, weird. Okay.
It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's an enjoyable film.
Let's stop talking about that.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Dodgeball. Not the movie.
Not the movie. It's
the game. So this is the Dodgeball. This is the first time I went to gym class. It was wrestling. And I learned a new grapple move
so it goes
for the fighting styles.
Different days.
The second time, it's dodgeball.
Yeah.
And so this is me attempting to play dodgeball.
I was never a big fan of dodgeball.
No?
No, I was always more of a fan of battle ball, which is like dodgeball, except you use the basketball hoops too.
What do you do with the basketball hoops?
Okay, so anyone that gets hit is...
Like that guy.
Yeah, if you get hit,
Alright, so I got my ass kicked in the first round of this dodgeball.
So you would go to... If you get hit, you go to your team's jail.
Okay.
Which is essentially the goal area behind them. But you can free anyone who's in that jail if you nail the backboard of the basketball hoop with the ball.
While people are looking?
Yeah.
That's rude.
It's not that kind of nail.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, you have to get a hammer. You have to go to the hardware
store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying does shop class help out with this?
Yeah, no, you can't go to other classes.
You have to nail the backboard.
No, you have to
nail it to what? Is this like a pin the tail on the donkey type situation?
Yeah, exactly. You have to get up there. You have to jump. That's why you get your best jumpers. No. You throw it, and you have to hit the backboard.
Now, when you say your best jumpers, are you talking about the ones that go like a pullover, or just when it's really cold outside?
Like a windbreaker, just like a basic
jumper.
Polyester blend jacket. It's the light one. Nothing too serious.
Words are fun.
It's not gonna go lower than 60 degrees.
You see, the joke is that jumper is like a jacket.
Yeah, I know.
But it's also a person who jumps.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
English can also be fun while being a pain in the ass at the same time.
Anyway, speaking of jumpers, I realized that the defense in the dodgeball game has no defense if you spike a ball.
Okay.
So I just jumped and spiked and killed them all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where typically a spike is, it's not easily blocked, but it is possible to block.
Or to catch.
In a lot of sports.
Well, not so. It depends on, like a volleyball.
Volleyball,
a good volleyball spike.
You could hit it right back over, but a good volleyball spike would just deflect off of the defender.
Yeah. Usually at a weird angle.
Yeah.
And still cost them the point.
Yeah, that's the point of the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's English again.
Sports.
English being English.
We know lots about sports.
I've been watching the shit out of the Olympics, so I know a good bit about some obscure sports.
Why?
I'm really into rugby now. Rugby's fun.
Man, it must be nice to not have a job.
I have a job, I just haven't been doing it all week.
Is it taking care of the baby?
It is taking care of the baby.
You fucking look, God, this is not the same thing. Do both. Speaking of sports, this is a fun one. This is a penalty shot mini game that I just kind of discovered, and it was like it asked you. It was like you got to try to hit this kid, but then it gives you the opportunity to bet. And I was like, oh well, let me practice first before I bet a lot of money. But then I got him really easily on my first time, so I'm just like, fuck it.
So you're gonna bet that you hit the kid every time?
As much money as I can possibly bet, which is $20. And I like the way they do these. This is a lot of the different mini games where you can control the bounce of the A icon with the right and left analog stick, but it doesn't so much control it as it does just kind of shift it. Okay. So it's like a pong ball, but you can kind of slow it down and kind of move it left and right, but it's still going to be bouncing up and down like between the two things. And you just have to like get it, hit it when it's right in the right area.
So you just kind of influence it a little bit. That's neat.
This little kid's going to ask me a favor. Oh, no. This guy wants to fight. It's like, I don't want to fight you.
You were in the middle of a conversation.
I was trying to talk to the kid.
You're fucking rude.
So now, like, it's going to be a whole thing.
Yeah, you got people standing around.
Yeah, people are watching. They're cheering on.
You got a whole crowd.
People. And here comes the prefect. He's going to be like, hey, stop fighting. And I'm like, hey, I was doing good. And then, get away on my skateboard.
Nice. Classic.
Yep. Just like every kid loves.
Saying no to authority, riding on my skateboard, punching dudes who interrupt my conversations, listening to SR-71 and Sum 41 and Blink-182 and
other bands with acronyms and numbers. God, there's something about those acronyms and numbers that's just so fucking punk.
It's very appealing. What does the name mean? Who gives a fuck? It's punk.
It's called Cum 86. Just get into it.
And they never did. And they were better for it. They never got into Cum 86.
The problem was that when you got into it, it left tracks.
It's really hard to get out of.
It was just sticky, Like it left a trail. And everybody was just like, oh, you've been to that Cum 86 concert, huh? I can tell because
I can tell because you're soaked in jism.
We installed that UV light on the porch, and I can see your trail from the car to the front door.
There's a bunch of slugs running around. All you kids with your cum crazies. Back in my day, you go to a Beach Boys show, you probably only get shin deep in cum at best.
Gross. What the fuck? What does that even mean? That's inappropriate. We've been trying so good to be better.
No, we haven't.
I was.
Oh. You should really be better at like sending out memos throughout the company.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah. Put it in the complaint box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Add it to the list.
This is a toilet.
All these complaints just say nut spoon. What does that mean? What's a nut spoon? Alright, so to go with the satire of the white American preppy female, she was waiting on a date, and the date was with her cousin. It used to be that everybody was married off to brother and sister in her family, but then they outlawed that, so now it's her cousin.
Okay.
But because you showed up and he was 3 minutes late to the date, now she's going to go on a date with you.
Okay.
You see?
So we're going to break the cycle of inbreeding.
Right.
We're doing a good thing.
No, Jimmy is always doing a good thing.
Yeah.
Even when the situations surrounding him are god awful.
Yeah. Good job, Jimmy.
I do wonder if this girl is some sort of like a former member of the Braithwaite family. From Red Dead Redemption 2. Because they were all real creepy and southern about that kind of stuff.
Sure.
The Greys and the Braithwaites.
Yeah. I remember it was the Braithwaites that had their
Their inbred cousin locked in an outhouse?
The inbred cousin locked in an outhouse.
Yes.
I can't remember what her relation was.
I believe she was a cousin. Or it might have even been like another daughter or sister.
I think it was another daughter.
Was it another daughter?
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like... Yeah, she was real messed up, and they locked her in there.
Real messed up.
Anyway, watch me fail at this minigame again.
In front of this girl that you've been trying to go out with.
So yeah, like I said earlier, it feels like this is all kind of part of a mission I'm not ready for yet. I am here now.
Dating.
Yes.
You're not ready for dating yet.
No, I'm not. No, but who is on their first date?
No one really.
Although, would you consider this my first date? Because I did make out with Eunice next to that trash can earlier.
You did make out with Eunice next to the dumpster.
So because of that, I feel like I should have a little bit more confidence.
Oh, so Eunice is like your practice girl. I see how it is.
Oh, everybody has to have one.
You gotta have one.
No.
We've been trying so hard, Chris.
Yeah, it's not...
We've been trying so hard.
That's a joke. And nobody should do that to anybody.
Not anymore.
But... Not anymore.
Not anymore.
But they should have been able to before.
Jokes are dead.
That's not what I'm saying. Jokes aren't dead. I don't think that
they killed comedy.
That a practice relationship, is fair.
Okay.
Unless both parties are
a practice or being someone's practice relationship before they get ready for their prime relationship they're thinking they're getting ready for. That's kind of fucked up.
It is, but only if the other person doesn't know that that's what they are. Like, if there are two friends...
You're still playing games.
Say, like, if there are two friends who both are like, hey, we've never been in a serious relationship before, but there are also two other separate people that we like, and we don't want to fuck it up for them.
Yeah, okay.
And then they have a practice relationship together to get ready
there's two
for
consenting parties who are going into two other consenting parties.
That's fair.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah.
And maybe that's what Eunice is. Maybe she's just practicing.
And maybe, who knows? You fell for Eunice all along, because,
Oh, no.
No. It would make a good movie.
It depends on who you got to play both characters.
Yeah, the practice relationship. I can see this being a rom-com.
You can't call it the practice relationship.
A working title.
That's a little too wordy. Maybe like practice party.
Yeah.
Or
the tryout.
Or prep me.
Yeah.
Prep me.
Prep me.
The movie. Prep me, the romance. They thought they were just practicing, but really... No, hold on.
No, they were.
Yeah. They thought they were practicing for other people, but really...
They were practicing for each other. Yeah. It needs work.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, hold on, I got it. Laura Prepron in...
Laura Prepon?
Laura Prepon in Prepping the President.
Sponsored by Preparation H.
So, I've gotten enough tickets now.
Oh, you've impressed the girl.
I've impressed the girl a lot, but I need to buy her a teddy bear.
Okay.
But see, if I let go, she just doesn't follow. And now all of a sudden she's in a fight with this other girl.
You just can't leave them alone.
It was literally 5 seconds. Like,
can't take her anywhere.
And Jimmy's just like,
what do I do?
Are you done? Can we go now? Like, Jimmy is so over this night. He's like, I just want to go home and get in my bed. Put on my pumpkin head pajamas.
Put on my fry hat.
It could be at work right now.
Girls are complicated.
It's a fairly good message about, like, being young. And I think overall, even though there is a lot of messed up stuff in this game, it is still a very good representation of not only, like, a certain time in a young adult's life when they are, like, getting to terms with themselves and figuring out social cliques and learning how people interact, but also, like, learning when to say no to authority, when to help out authority, when authority should be listened to and when they shouldn't. And all of that type of stuff, like, is more... I don't know. It's more subtle than Rockstar usually gets in their games. Mm-hmm. And this overall has a really decent... I think Red Dead Redemption 2, and to a lesser extent Red Dead Redemption 1, has a really good message, like an overall theme, like a really positive... like Red Dead Redemption 2 is just try to do better. That's all the game is just try. It doesn't matter what the outcome is, just try to do better. Mm-hmm. And I think Bully has a lot of that as well. Like, it has a lot of just do your best, and even if everything is shitty around you, just try to make the world a better place. And that's something that you don't see in any of the Grand Theft Auto games besides San Andreas. Or maybe GTA 4. But the rest of them, like GTA 3, Vice City, GTA 5, is all just like burn it down, criminal empire, you know. It's not as positive.
No.
But this is positive.
Certainly.
And now it's over.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts?
No, not really. Had a good time.
Okay.
All right.
Well, bye then.
See ya.
Get out.
All right, fuck you.